Welcome to the first module of our series, the AI-Augmented Customer Experience. For the next 30 minutes, we will embark on a critical examination of one of the most fundamental yet broken links in the modern business chain, customer service. This isn't just a story about frustrating hold times. It's a strategic analysis of how legacy support models failed the digital age, crippled scalability, and drove away customers. We begin by diagnosing the disease, the rigid, inefficient, and costly systems of the past to fully appreciate the cure that AI now represents.
Let's start with a universal moment of frustration. You need help with a billing error, a technical glitch, or a shipping delay. You call a company, and you're greeted not by a person, but by an automated voice. This is the Interactive Voice Response, IVR, system, the technological face of customer service for decades. The average customer spends 11 minutes navigating these menus before reaching a human agent, if they reach one at all. The psychological toll is palpable, a sense of being unheard, devalued, and trapped in a labyrinth designed not to help, but to filter. But the real cost is measured in cold, hard business metrics. A staggering 51% of customers have completely abandoned a business after a single poor customer service experience. Think about that magnitude. For every 2 customers who encounter a frustrating IVR or an unhelpful agent, one is lost forever. They don't just hang up, they churn. They take their lifetime value to a competitor. This isn't an operational hiccup, it's a strategic hemorrhage. The problem extends beyond the call center. Email support queues stretch for days, live chat waits are interminable, and social media complaints go unanswered, publicly damaging brand reputation. The legacy model created a perfect storm: soaring customer acquisition costs, while poor retention punched holes in the revenue bucket. To understand why this system persisted for so long, we must trace its technological evolution. Customer service technology didn't start out broken. It evolved in response to scale, but lost the human touch in the process. The human operator era, pre-1990s, service was personal, empathetic, and highly effective, but hopelessly unscalable. It was a one-to-one conversation. The call center and AMP, IVR era, 1990s to 2000s, businesses centralized support to achieve scale. The IVR was introduced to automate call routing, reduce wait times, in theory, and lower costs by deflecting simple queries. This was the birth of the Press 1 paradigm, a system of rigid, rule-based logic. It could only follow a pre-programmed flowchart. If your problem didn't match a predefined option, you were stuck. The system had no memory, no context, and no ability to learn. The early digital and AMP, chatbot era, 2010. With the rise of the web and mobile apps, channels multiplied. Email, web forms, and later, live chat and social media created a fragmented support landscape. First-generation chatbots emerged, promising 24/7 availability. However, these were essentially keyword matching engines. If you typed refund, it triggered a pre-written block of text about the refund policy. It couldn't understand intent, nuance, or follow-up questions. The moment a query deviated from the script, the bot would respond with the dreaded, "I'm sorry, I didn't understand that." This legacy technology stack created 4 fundamental structural failures. The context. Blackout. Every interaction started from 0. You could be transferred 3 times, repeating your account number and problem each time. The system had no memory of your journey. The solution gap. These systems were built to provide information, not to solve problems. They could tell you your account balance but couldn't initiate a wire transfer. They could read the FAQ, but couldn't process a refund. Action required a human, creating a bottleneck, the cost scale paradox. As a business grew, its support costs grew linearly or even exponentially. Hiring more agents was the only way to handle more volume, leading to massive, expensive contact centers with high turnover and inconsistent service quality. The friction factory. For the customer, every step was friction. Finding the right number, navigating the menu, waiting on hold, explaining the issue, being transferred, waiting again. This eroded brand loyalty and turned routine service into an ordeal. For years, this was accepted as the unavoidable cost of doing business. Then, in November 2022, a seismic shift occurred with the public release of ChatGPT. This was not another chatbot. It was a large language model, LLM, a form of generative AI trained on a significant portion of the world's text. The difference was profound. ChatGPT didn't match keywords. It understood natural language, maintained context over a long conversation, and generated coherent, original, and nuanced responses. For the first time, millions of people experienced a fluid, helpful conversation with a machine. It demonstrated that AI could move beyond rigid menus and canned responses to something resembling a helpful, knowledgeable assistant. This was the catalyst. The business world saw a glimmer of a new paradigm. What if customer service could be instant, personalized, and actually solve problems? What if you could replace the frustrating 11-minute IVR odyssey with a 2-minute text chat that fixed the issue? The question shifted from, how do we manage our support costs, to, how do we transform our customer experience into a competitive advantage? The old model wasn't just inefficient, it was now strategically untenable. Companies that clung to it would bleed customers to those that embraced the new AI-powered, conversational, and agentic future. The stage was set for a revolution. The why was painfully clear. Traditional customer service was a broken, costly, and customer-alienating process. It failed to scale, failed to satisfy, and failed to retain. The emergence of LLMs provided the technological breakthrough to envision something entirely different. In our next module, we will delve into the how. We will dissect the anatomy of this new AI, from conversational understanding to autonomous action, and analyze the pioneering companies that turned this vision into staggering operational and financial reality. In summary, the legacy customer service model collapsed under the weight of its own rigidity and cost structure, alienating customers at a catastrophic rate. The advent of sophisticated generative AI presented not just an incremental improvement, but a pathway to complete reinvention. The strategic imperative is no longer about managing a cost center, but about leveraging AI to build a service experience that drives loyalty, retention, and growth. As you reflect on this introduction, consider your own organization's customer service touchpoints. Where does the context blackout occur? Where are customers hitting the solution gap? Welcome back. Having diagnosed the failures of the past, we now turn to the architectural blueprint of the future. This module is dedicated to the how. We will move beyond buzzwords to understand the core technical capabilities that enable AI to converse, reason, and act. Then, we will put theory into practice through a detailed examination of 3 landmark implementations. By the end, you will understand not just what these systems do, but how they are built, deployed, and scaled to deliver transformative business outcomes. Modern AI customer service is built on 3 interconnected technological pillars that elevate it far beyond the Press 1 era. First, natural language understanding, NLU, and generation, NLG. This is the foundation. Early systems parsed keywords. Modern LLMs use deep learning to perform semantic understanding. They grasp intent, sentiment, and nuance. For example, a customer might write, "My bill is crazy high this month, what gives?" The AI identifies the core intent, query about increased bill, the entity, this month's bill, and the sentiment, frustrated. It then generates a natural, empathetic response. "I'd be happy to review your recent charges with you. I can see how an unexpected increase would be concerning." This creates a human-like dialogue flow. Second, contextual memory and reasoning. This is what prevents customers from repeating themselves. The AI maintains a persistent session context. It remembers the entire conversation history, including previously mentioned account details, problems, and steps taken. Furthermore, advanced systems employ chain-of-thought reasoning. When asked, "Can you cancel my subscription and refund my last payment?" the AI doesn't see 2 separate commands. It reasons step 1, verify customer identity and subscription status. Step 2, execute cancellation via the Subscription Management API. Step 3, check refund policy and last payment date. Step 4, initiate refund via the Payment Gateway API. Step 5, confirm both actions and send email receipts. It breaks down complex multi-step requests logically. Third, tool integration AMP agentic action. This is the leap from conversation to resolution. Agentic AI is equipped with a suite of digital tools, secure connections to back-end systems via APIs. These can include customer relationship management, CRM, pull-up account history, billing and AMP, payment systems, process refunds, issue credits, order management, cancel orders, update shipping, knowledge bases, search internal documentation. The AI can autonomously use these tools in sequence to complete a task. It's not a consultant making recommendations, it's an empowered employee taking action. With this technical framework in mind, let's analyze 3 organizations that have successfully operationalized it at scale. Case Study 1. Klarna, the Scale and Efficiency Benchmark. Klarna, a global buy now, pay later fintech, faced a classic scaling crisis. Transaction volume and customer inquiries were growing in lockstep, threatening to overwhelm human agents and inflate costs. The implementation. Partnering with OpenAI, Klarna deployed an AI assistant fine-tuned on its specific policies, products, and customer interaction data. The mechanic. The AI handled the vast majority of repetitive, high-volume queries, order status, refund status, payment plan adjustments. Its strength was in its tool integration. It could directly interface with Klarna's order and payment systems to pull real-time data and execute simple actions. The result? In 1 month, it handled 2.3 million conversations, 2/3 of total service volume doing the work of 700 full-time agents. Resolution time plunged from 11 minutes to under 2 minutes, 82% faster. Customer satisfaction, CSAT scores, were on par with human agents. The financial impact was a projected $40 million in annual profit improvement. By 2025, Klarna's CEO acknowledged an over-rotation toward cost-cutting had impacted quality for complex issues. Their response was instructive. They did not retreat from AI, but evolved into a hybrid model. They rehired human agents for complex, sensitive, or edge cases. The system now intelligently routes queries, AI for routine, scalable problem-solving, humans for judgment, empathy, and complexity. This validated a core principle. AI is for augmentation, not replacement. The optimal model is a symbiotic partnership. Case Study 2, PayPal, from support to strategic agentic commerce. PayPal's journey demonstrates how AI in service can transcend defense, reducing costs, to become offense. The implementation. PayPal integrated AI chatbots deeply into its user experience, handling 80% of service tickets and generating $200 million in annual savings. The strategic expansion. PayPal identified a bigger opportunity, the entire shopping journey. They pioneered agentic commerce. Imagine an AI shopping assistant that a user can instruct. Find a birthday gift for my 10-year-old nephew, a Lego set under $100 that's in stock and can arrive by Saturday. The AI, partnering with platforms like Perplexity AI, can search the web, compare prices and reviews, check retailer inventory and shipping policies, and then complete the purchase seamlessly using PayPal's checkout. The mechanic. This moves AI from a reactive support tool to a proactive commercial agent. It guides discovery, decision-making, and transaction. It leverages NLU to understand vague intent, tool integration to search and compare, and payment APIs to transact. The result. This channel, though newer, is growing rapidly, with AI-driven chat sales growing 42% year-over-year. PayPal is repositioning itself from a payment utility at the end of a journey to an intelligent agent at the center of the commercial experience. Case Study 3, HSBC, the Governed Enterprise Transformation. For a global, systemically important bank like HSBC, implementation requires rigor, security, and regulatory compliance. Their approach serves as a blueprint for large, complex organizations. The multi-front strategy. HSBC attacked on 3 fronts simultaneously, governed by a central framework. Fraud detection, with Google Cloud, replaced rule-based systems with ML models analyzing 1+ billion transactions monthly. This reduced false positives by 60 to 90%, freeing investigators to focus on real threats. Service chatbots, with LivePerson, a unique, democratized approach. They gave frontline agents no-code tools to design chatbot conversation flows. Why? Because agents best understood customer phrasing and pain points. This led to more effective, natural bots handling millions of inquiries. Generative AI Sandbox, with HKMA AMP, Mistral AI, piloting advanced use in a regulated sandbox. Testing includes hyper-personalized financial advice chatbots, requiring rigorous oversight for accuracy and compliance. The enterprise lesson. HSBC shows that successful AI adoption isn't a single project. It's an enterprise-wide capability, requiring a blend of partnerships, cloud providers, AI startups, internal empowerment, agent-built bots, and rigorous governance, regulatory sandboxes. It balances innovation with the immutable requirements of security and trust. These 3 case studies reveal a spectrum of strategic intent. Klarna showcases raw efficiency and scale, learning the necessity of a human-AI hybrid. PayPal illustrates the evolution of service AI into a revenue-generating, experience-defining platform. HSBC provides the template for safe, governed, enterprise-wide transformation. The common thread is the move from passive information retrieval systems to active, problem-solving agents integrated into the core business workflow. Having seen the current state of the art, we must now look over the horizon. What new capabilities are emerging? What ethical and operational risks must we navigate? And what does the ultimate future of the human role in customer experience look like?
Welcome to our concluding module. We have explored the broken past and the transformative present of AI-powered service. Now we set our sights on the horizon. This session focuses on the emerging capabilities that will redefine service again, the critical risks we must mitigate, and the ethical framework required for sustainable success. The ultimate goal is not just to implement AI, but to orchestrate a future where technology amplifies human empathy and ingenuity to build unbreakable customer trust.
The current generation of AI is remarkably capable, but it is largely reactive and transactional. The next evolution moves into the realms of emotional intelligence and proactivity. First, effective computing and emotional AI. The future system won't just understand your words, it will perceive your emotional state. This field, effective computing, uses multiple data streams. Prosody analysis, detecting stress, anger, or sadness through vocal characteristics like pitch, pace, and volume in voice calls. Lexical and sentiment analysis, going beyond basic sentiment to gauge the intensity of frustration or the authenticity of satisfaction from word choice. Behavioral signals, in digital channels, analyzing typing speed, agitation, use of caps lock, or abrupt session closures. MIT research suggests AI can already classify certain emotions with around 87% accuracy. Imagine a system that detects rising frustration in the first 15 seconds of a call. It could instantly adapt its tone to be more calming, prioritize the call in the queue, prefetch relevant account information for a human agent, and even pre-authorize a standard goodwill credit, all before the customer explicitly complains. This transforms the interaction from transactional to empathetic. Second, proactive and predictive service. Why wait for the customer to report a problem? The next paradigm is anticipatory service. By analyzing patterns across millions of interactions and transactions, AI can identify issues before the customer does. Scenario: an AI detects that a software update has caused a specific error for 0.5% of users. Instead of waiting for those users to contact support, it proactively sends a tailored notification. We noticed an issue affecting your account after the recent update. Here's a one-click fix. If you need more help, click here to chat with us. A bank's AI sees a customer's recurring international transaction and, detecting they've just landed in that country, sends a timely notification about favorable foreign exchange rates and fee-free ATM access. This shifts the corporate mindset from cost of service to value of care, preventing frustration and building immense goodwill. However, these powerful capabilities are counterbalanced by a critical, non-negotiable requirement: trust. The greatest threat to AI adoption in service is the hallucination, where a confident, fluent AI generates plausible but completely incorrect or fabricated information. The consequences in a customer service context are severe: providing wrong medical advice, incorrect financial guidance, or processing an action on the wrong account. Building the trust framework. Mitigating this requires a multi-layered governance strategy. Confidence scoring and escalation. Every AI response should be accompanied by a real-time confidence score based on the clarity of the query and the verifiability of the data source. Low-confidence interactions must be automatically escalated to a human. Grounding in verified knowledge. AI responses must be constrained and grounded by pulling information from approved, up-to-date knowledge bases, policy documents, and product databases, not generated from unfiltered, general knowledge. Validation periods. Monitoring. Following Zendesk's model, an AI resolution should not be counted as closed until a validation period passes without the customer reopening the same ticket. This ensures the problem was truly solved. Clear no-go zones. Enterprises must define domains where AI is never the final decision-maker. Complex financial advice, legal interpretations, safety-critical instructions, or handling of extreme customer distress. AI Act demand transparency. Systems must be able to explain in audit trails why a particular response or action was taken, referencing the data and rules used. This governance imperative leads to the most profound shift, the redefinition of the human role. The fear of AI as a job destroyer is being replaced by the reality of AI as a job transformer. Research in financial services shows that after AI handles routine queries, 92% of agents report higher job satisfaction. Why? They are liberated from the soul-crushing repetition of password resets and balance checks. Their role evolves into higher value, more satisfying work. AI supervisor and trainer, monitoring AI conversations, intervening on edge cases, and providing feedback to improve the AI models. Conversation flow designer, using no-code platforms, like HSBC's agents did, to design and refine the AI's dialogue pathways and knowledge. Empathy and complexity. Specialist, handling the sensitive, emotional, and uniquely complex cases that require human judgment, cultural nuance, and genuine compassion. Strategic insight. Analyst, using the aggregated data from millions of AI interactions to identify product flaws, process bottlenecks, and customer sentiment trends at a macro level. The future organizational chart of customer service will not be a pyramid of frontline agents. It will be a hub-and-spoke model, a central, scalable AI hub handling the vast majority of routine interactions, surrounded by specialized human spokes for training, oversight, escalation, and strategic insight. Agent turnover decreases, as seen in a 41% drop in one study, and the function shifts from a cost center to a strategic value center that drives product improvement and customer loyalty. In conclusion, the journey from the IVR to the empathic agentic AI represents one of the most significant operational and cultural transformations in business. We have moved from a model of managed frustration to one of engineered delight. The key takeaways are clear. Technology enables speed and scale, but governance ensures trust. AI delivers efficiency, but human-AI symbiosis delivers excellence. Your strategic task is no longer just about selecting a vendor or deploying a chatbot. It is about orchestrating an intelligent system. This requires defining the ethical boundaries, building the guardrails, redesigning human roles, and always measuring success through the lens of customer trust and long-term value, not just short-term cost savings. The smart customer service revolution is here. It is not a finish line, but a new way of operating. Your opportunity is to lead your organization into this future with clarity, responsibility, and an unwavering focus on the human experience at both ends of the conversation, your customer and your employee. The future of experience is yours to build.